this is my new 1.16 random seed glitchless personal best of 18 minutes and 6 seconds. Oh god, I've not said that one in a while. And I'm going to give a brief commentary about the run and like what I'm doing, the decisions I'm making. But yeah, this is my PB. Even though the time's not particularly great, it's my first PB in like over 5 months. And I feel like I just needed a run to kind of like break the mold, get rid of the old PB. Particularly because I'm getting a better PC, which will allow me to multi-instance. I feel like I can get this a lot faster. Now, initially I only played this because I thought it was ocean, but it turns out it's a warm ocean, so I'm not going to bother looking at it. And I see I've got this furnace here, so I know I've got a blacksmith, so I'm just going to head towards my village. I did also see a room port in the other direction, so I am thinking I might go to that to complete it. And also, when I was playing this, not only was I extremely sleep deprived, as the title said, because I slept like 2-3 hours max last night, because I had a school thing until like 11 PM and I just couldn't sleep. But not only am I severely sleep deprived, but also I've completely forgotten the other thing. Oh yeah, I've not played RSG in like over a week. I've been playing a lot of Pog World, which is really cool, as well as like some other categories and challenges for videos. And I've been revising for exams, so I've not really had much time to play RSG. But this evening I didn't have much to do, and I didn't really have any ideas for like a video today, so I decided, I'll be up a bit of RSG, and hopefully IPB, and thankfully I got this run. And you'll see that the nether end is actually really bad on this, but again, that was because it's my first run. I was just like playing out just for practice, I guess. It always happens, play out a run for practice and EPB, pretty fun. And so you see I got iron pick from the blacksmith, which means I'm going to have to go and kill Golem. So I'm going to go and look through some houses. This first house, just grab the beds, the usual stuff. And then second house, I decided to do the fancy stuff and actually high roll. So, bit, 1-2 second time save, pretty nice stuff. And I'm going to start killing my Golem, and it goes away, but still good. Do the classic inventory sorting while killing the Golem. And yeah, that's fairly easy textbook stuff. Now, think about where I'm going. I'm not sure where I'm going, but since the same drops 3, I'm like, okay, I have to go to the room portal now, because I need flint steel. I mean, I could always parry for wood light, but that's not particularly efficient and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to head towards my room portal. And I'm running through here, which is pretty nice. And also, while you're at it, if you are watching this, make sure to like and subscribe, because I do upload lots of like content that's not, well, it's still related to speedrun, but not just speedruns. I'm like still frequently uploading. I want to improve it, and once my exams are finished, then I'll be able to really work on some videos. And I do have some really cool ideas for the future and a lot more will be possible, particularly once I get a better PC. But you see, I get this room portal, and I see it's got 3 of them, and I think that's completable, but there's actually a crying here. So I consider mining and getting buckets, but I don't know if you saw it beforehand, I forgot to mention it, but I heard lava pops, which actually not doing here is a misplay, because I heard lava pops. They were obviously from the room portal, because I was like 90% sure it's too far. You can go back and look at it. I'm 90% sure it's too far from the room portal, because it was like by this river. I'm trying to like see if I can hear it again, but I don't. So I just decided to send in dig down, which yeah, in hindsight is probably I would have entered here at like, oh damn, I would have entered like 3:20. So this is actually like a minute time. Oh, that's pretty sad now I think about it. It's like a minute time loss, which is again annoying, but I don't know. It's all okay. And then digging down here, we always make mistakes. The end time's like 4:30. I'm really playing for like 3-minute enters, and like usually like reset if it's not sub 4. I'm only playing this out because in my first run, like okay, I'll just play out for practice. I didn't actually think this was going to PB, but it did, so I guess. And then I actually dig into lava, but it's all good. I placed my water, I didn't pick it up fast enough. I kind of misdid that, and I'm going to have to build my portal to the side here, which is kind of annoying, because I'm like, okay, I'm 90% sure it's only 1 deep, it's only 1 deep. So I think I have to use 1 piece of obsidian as well. I don't want to mess around digging under this lava, because I know the time's already pretty late, and it's already pretty slow, so I'm like, okay, just want to get building my portal, So just place my water, do this setup. So nice setup, personally actually one of my favourite setups, but it's all good. And yeah, just building my portal here. And entering Nether, like I said, not a particularly great time, but I mean, all of my PBs have had bad Nether enters, and they've all been runs I shouldn't have played out, and this one, like, It's quite funny. This one is also a bad nether enter and a run I probably shouldn't play out. Because my previous one was just like, I played out a pillager outpost because I was like bored. And it turns out it happened to be near an ocean. I got 3 iron from the pillager outpost for an axe. Like, it's not textbook stuff. I see a spike venti, so I assume it's a bastion. It's actually a fortress. Because I see, okay, I've instantly got mob spawn now. I'm like, okay there. Bit of lag upon entering nether, that's just bad PC stuff. Then decrease my run distance, like, okay, still mob spawner? And I decrease it to 2. So I'm like, okay, it's obviously right here. And I see, like, the side of my fortress, like, that way. So I'm like, okay, then I guess I'll just head in that direction. Don't grab food from this Hoggins, as I think I've got enough. Although, what you'll notice is I kind of accidentally dropped out the iron nuggets at the room portal. So although I got the flint and steel, I have any iron, which means I'm going to be doing a shieldless blaze fight, which is really cool for PB. I love doing some shieldless action. I'm not sure if I did the shieldless the best. Sometimes I can like do it without taking any damage whatsoever. This time I feel like it's a bit iffy. But again, it's all pretty good. I do feel like from playing Pog World, I've certainly improved a bit. Because this seed's not particularly great. It's kind of like a average seed, and I hope I played it pretty well. But I'm actually really happy with how I played this run. Unlike my last run, which is just awful. And the last one didn't even use calculators. It's like, what is this shit? I just high rolled a close blind. I hate that run. It was so glad I finally not PB it. And I only went right here because I knew the pirate was like within 2 chunks. I knew, well, not within 2 chunks, but within the like probably within 5 chunks. I don't quite remember. This guy fireballs me really quick. I'm like, what are you doing there? I'm gonna eat here. I start with my setup. Forget I could blaze bed because again I am completely washed, but it's all good because I blaze bed like extremely late. I think I remember. Oh wait, I have beds here. Next, I start my okay, yeah, now here I'm like, okay, I have beds, and I use the bed. Just do the front setup because it's faster. And I don't think I cancel out a spawn, well, it's fire, so I only get 1 spawn. But it's fine, guy doesn't fireball me, and I get my first rod. I think the final rate is a 714, which I guess is okay. I would have left on 6 rods, but you'll just see that it was just convenient to kill the other blazers. And I opened my F3 menu, I actually realised, oh wait, I've got Bastion rend distance, like, okay, this run could be, like, pretty cool. I'm really playing for, like, sub 13 blind, sub 14 with calculated. This is, like, a sub 12 blind. Because this run really picks up in pace. Then until after the blind, then it's just, like, 1k distance of me polling. But we'll get onto that later. So I have a lava bucket, which is really annoying, because it means really going to be time losses to get food later. But because I use a lot of food in this blaze fight, I probably, in hindsight, should grow up, like, 7 hay bales, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. I was kind of playing for slightly faster time, but I think the fact I PB'd is just really, really cool. And there's also PB by 40 seconds, and even though I am sure I'm capable of much faster times, just having a PB by that much is just like, it's a significant jump, and it's like, also these blades like swap position, because this guy just didn't want to die, so I'm like, I'm confused, but it's all good. And yeah, I'm just got my setup here so I can just run between and I won't get hit. I only get hit if I'm trying to play too aggressively here. I'm not sure if that blazer will burnt or not, I don't know, but I'm on 3 rods now. The rates here actually aren't that great, so I'm kind of a bit, but they'll pick up a bit, so it's all fine. And yeah, I'm just waiting for some more spawns here. And I'm looking at the terrain tools my bastion. Okay, I might have to boat down to places, but I guess it's fine, it's like all doable. And just killing more blazers here, trying to get to my 6 rods. This is when I'm playing a bit more aggressively and I'm starting to take some damage, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I'll say stuff about my previous PB in a sec, I've just got it up. And then, yeah, I do like playing Fortress first, it's really fun. I think I'm on like 5 blaze rods here and I see like a 6 like hanging, or maybe I'm on 4, I don't know. But I decide that I can just break the spawner rather than having the risk of more of them spawning. I kill this guy, fireballs me, not cool. My previous PB was like, and it's really sad because my previous PB was 5 days after my first ever sub 20. My first ever sub 20 was like in 1906. My previous one was like in 1846, and I was like, okay, this should be easy to beat, right? And I probably spent like over 100, maybe 200 hours. But I feel like again, like the Pog World's really helped me improve. as well as I've learned zero, and in that time I've learned zero cycle, I've learned preemptive stronghold alpha that didn't exist at the time, not even calculators existed at the time, world preview didn't exist at the time, and my previous PB is recording like 240p with like 2 instances, because resetting was like impossible, and my computer could like barely handle 2 instances, so I was like stretching it to the most. So terrain to the bastion is actually not awful. I thought it'd be a lot worse. I have to do a bit of bridging. I did a bit of pussy bridging, bit of speed bridging. I'm not too sure. See, my bastion's there. I don't know what I'm pausing for, but I'm like, okay, I just got to get over here. And this bastion routes the route is actually really fast. This blind's sub 12. I'm not going to be entering this bastion probably till like 10:30. So housing bastion, obviously the best bastion, the goat of bastions. Nothing better than housing. All good stuff. In my previous PB, I entered the Nether at 4. Well, I'm just getting the time right now. Oh my god, I can't even build Nether portals. But yeah, it's housing bastion, and I see I can't go to the top, and the middle's lava, so I'm gonna have to do an improvised route here. It's like a sub 130 improvised route, weird housing stuff. My previous PB entered about the same time. 440, so yeah, all my PBs are bad enters. My PB before, I'm pretty sure, was even worse, which is kind of funny considering I get so many fast enters. And I decided to break this Gilded Blacksmith here because I don't have armor, get a bunch to aggro, and I throw the Gilded Blacksmith, which distracts them and allows me to do this hole, which is really nice because it means I'm going to get super fast Bastion Split and a ton of piglins, and it's just generally easier. My previous PB was like oh, it was the fucking dodgy bridge bastion. Okay, it was like a bridge, like, bastion, but the blaze spawn was in a really weird place. I don't even know what my previous PB was. I'm just so glad that I've beaten it. Yeah, it was a bastion first. I don't think I've ever had a fort first PB, which is cool, I guess. My previous PB, I blinded at like, what's the blind time? 14 minutes. So I guess I just hit the blind. This one's blinding 2 minutes faster, and probably a way worse seed. But I'm just checking my stuff, and what I decide is, I think about going up for 20 obby, but I get enough that I realize I'm just going to have like just more than 10, so I decide rather than going for like calculated, I'm just going to send the blinds, because I've looked at it, I'm 9%, I'm at basically perfect chords, so really good. In previous video I just had a really close blind, not even calculators, but... So I'm just starting to build my portal, you know, and just ready to leave the housing bastion. Just waiting to see I get more obby, and like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, I'll just go down, check my trades, see what I got. And I just decided to chuck a few more gold in. Although I've basically got everything I need, and I look here, decided to grab myself a bit extra pals. I've got all the string I need, just some of my inventory, got everything, I'm out. Okay, I can't play the video game, now I'm out. And I also get another string trade, which I didn't actually notice, but I guess that's pretty cool. Oh, there's also one really clutch thing that you'll see later when I was polling around. So blind here is at 12 minutes, which is really good pace. I've blinded, obviously, way fast. My blind PB is like just sub 10. Although again, I've not... No, this is like my blind PB on this seed if I have a decent enter, which is kind of hilarious. My blind PB is certainly something I want to beat. I have 7 rods, so I know this is pretty safe. I know right now I'm thinking this has to be like probably under 700 blocks to PB. Craft gold pickaxes, because yeah, the micro time saves are worth it. So I'm thinking, this probably isn't PB, I'm going to see what the distance is. Then my first eye, obviously I'm not doing the suffix adjustment. I don't know whether this is faster, but I prefer, unless I'm doing calculated, just to throw one, pause to the side, throw my next, and I get pretty accurate estimate. It's 950 blocks, and I'm like, okay. At the time I'm thinking, right, this probably isn't PB, I'm not going to have enough food to get there, it's going to be a pain to get food. I see pig, I want to kill pigs, because pigs are like the easiest, because they give better saturation than sheep. I accidentally set cow on fire, so I'm like, oh, okay, I might as well kill that. But cows, they run at like 1 billion speed, so it's a lot easier to kill pigs, so I kill pigs. And you'll see the big IQ play, because I'm really happy with that. Okay, this current PB actually entered the stronghold after my previous PB did. And here you see him just task overlapping, like sorting out my menu. And I'm forming a cave here. Not cool stuff. Just sorting out my pyrite for mapless. Not mapless. No, preemptive stronghold nav, which is really cool strat, one of my favourites. I pearl here. Like, what is this game doing? Just let me pearl somewhere decent. I'm just gonna eat more pearls. I'm running out of food, but I've got the steak and the pork chop, which gives good saturation here. Yeah, and I saw a lava pool. I don't know if you saw it, but I very much recall seeing it. So I drank a feinberg just to be safe, and I pearled in the lava. So it's like the most clutch gameplay, because otherwise this is no way PB if I die there. Which is hilarious. And I might have been able to recover it with a feinberg, but probably not, I'm not sure. My previous PB I literally half-bowed. That is awful. But just powering here to my chords. And yeah, for like an update on the channel, I'm just really wanna. I feel like lots of content I've been putting out hasn't been this high quality, which I'm overall not happy with. Also, leave suggestions for video ideas below, because I'm not running low. I've got a list of like 100, but I really want ideas that like really push it to the next level and really something that people are going to enjoy watching, and something that people actually want to click on. So please leave me any suggestions, because I'm sure a bunch of you have like really cool suggestions. And here I'm like, okay, I'm on the desert. You basically can't get food in the desert. So I'm like, right, I need food from here. So I'm not pearling anymore. Well, I am pearling anymore, but I'm not pearling right here. So like, give me food, please, somewhere. Also, I've got 6 beds. I've got 6 beds, so I could have gone for 0 cycle. But given I had the food, I decided I'll just go for 1 cycle. I did think maybe if I'm like just PvE pace, I might go for 0 and I've got the food, but probably not. So yeah, 300 blocks away. But I think I'm like pretty much here. I check my course, I'm like, what? How have I like, basically gone past it? I was very confused. Like, I don't know, maybe I misread it. Maybe Ninja Rainbow was died. I don't know quite what happened there, but I'm going to dig down here. And obviously this is why I craft the gold picks. Get to down super fast, and I'm going to change my settings for preemptive stronghold navigation, because that's the strategy where you use like the pie chart to most efficiently find a stronghold. So I'm in the stronghold here. I'm going to go to 30 FOV. Okay, I have 5 better in my previous PB. This is a 4+1, this is better. And I see that I've got the biggest spike down middle, so I know, okay, I can just go down middle here. I turn my settings up, and I'm like, actually, I don't want to turn these this far up, because I don't want lag while I'm killing the Ender Dragon. So I go straight, and I'm like, where is it? And I'm like, where? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm standing on it. I dig in the wrong place here, because I take some damage, which means I can't pearl on the end. I might be able to pearl on the end, but I decide not to pearl on the end. I decide I'll pearl if I'm, like, screwed with the perch, but otherwise not. And I'm entering the end at 16:22. This isn't quite my fastest end enter. I think my fastest I get 16 flat, but probably my second fastest end enter. Again, I'm not overly certain. I do have half bow, but with 7 arrows, so I do think about like shooting down a couple of crystals. Here I'm like, I'm not going down there, so I'll just boat down. Really annoying. Again, it would be really useful to have pearl there, but I guess it's fine. I don't think it would have made the perch any faster. So I had 7 hours. I did think about shooting down some towers, though I didn't. Don't know what would happen if I did, but again, you'll see the 10 fight is pretty good. Finally, I get the good RNG while playing RSG, and I genuinely was so happy to finally PB, because I've spent so much long, even though I know my last PB was bad, I've just not been able to be serious. I feel like I was kind of like locked, and like, I don't know what the word is, like, I couldn't like get past it, and I feel like now I've like kind of broken the mold, and I feel like I can certainly PB a lot more, particularly once I get multi. I don't know if I will run RSG before then. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but overall, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the run. If you are still watching, hi there. I doubt, this isn't a video meant to get views, it's just, I PB'd, I need to, you know, post it. So, 1 cycle, pretty good. I don't want to bed, like, wait too late, because I'm not taking any risks. And I still get to 4+1, despite the first bed doing very little damage. And you can see I am hyped, like, I've pressed the caps lock, I'm telling you shit, I'm like, yo. Oh my god, that's a feat I've had in a very long time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll just show my seed and stuff. But yeah, follow my Twitch and join my Discord, because if you are still watching, you are one of the real fans. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Whew, that was a tough one. Am I ever gonna, like, escape the credits? I always do this, I'm too hyped, and I forget that, like, cutting off the credits, like, harms audience retention.